If you do this, narcissists will never try to control you again. Everyone says the only way to deal with narcissists is to go no contact. But what if you could make them lose interest in controlling you, even if you still have to interact? Challenge what you've heard, because the method I'll show you makes them pull away all on their own. The final point is the one that makes that withdrawal inevitable. 1. You stop performing emotional karaoke. A narcissist feeds on emotional mimicry. They hand you a script, and you play your part. Smile when they're smug, flinch when they're cruel, reassure them when they pout. But when you stop echoing their moods, it's like unplugging their amplifier mid-song. You respond with calm neutrality, not coldness, just stillness. They brag, and you nod. They provoke, and you breathe. Suddenly, they're left dancing alone on stage, confused why the applause never comes. Your refusal to join the show exposes how much their ego depended on your reaction. That silence isn't passive, it's power. 2. You stop explaining your boundaries. Narcissists love explanations, not to understand you, but to dismantle your reasoning. Every time you defend a no, they twist it into an invitation to argue. The trick? Stop offering blueprints of your inner logic. You set the line once. Firm, simple, done. That doesn't work for me. No lecture. No debate. The lack of emotional data leaves them starving. Narcissists can't manipulate what they can't interpret. When you communicate boundaries without justification, they realize you've locked the door and thrown away the key. 3. You give them the gift of your unpredictability. Narcissists plan around patterns. They predict your moves, then exploit them. But when your responses become gracefully inconsistent, sometimes quiet, sometimes busy, sometimes unavailable without excuse, their psychological map of you collapses. It's not about being erratic. It's about being unreadable. You're no longer the open book they used to annotate. They start to sense something unsettling. You might have a private life, a private mind, and private emotions. To a narcissist, that's scarier than rejection. It's irrelevance. 4. You treat their approval like background noise. Narcissists rely on their praise as bait and their criticism as punishment. The moment you stop assigning either any special value, the entire push-pull dynamic breaks. When they compliment you, you say, "Thank you," the same way you would to a waiter bringing water. When they criticize you, you blink, pause, and move on. That neutrality rewires the power structure. They can't reward or punish what doesn't respond. You've turned off the switch they thought controlled the room. 5. You let silence make the noise. When they launch into a tirade or a self-absorbed monologue, resist the reflex to fill the space. Let silence stretch like velvet between sentences. Narcissists hate silence because it forces them to hear themselves. And there's nothing more threatening than their own echo. Your quiet becomes a mirror, reflecting every inflated word back at them. Before long, they'll avoid performing for you altogether, because your presence reminds them of the hollowness they work so hard to hide. 6. You become emotionally expensive. A narcissist looks for emotional discount stores, people who give validation, empathy, and forgiveness in bulk. But when your peace costs effort, they can't afford you. You respond when it's earned, not demanded. You offer empathy selectively, not endlessly. You make your emotional energy feel like a luxury brand, exclusive, deliberate, rare. And just like that, they wander off, searching for a cheaper supplier. Because control only works when the product, your attention, is free.